feel like getting ready to play a real team?
Yeah, it's weird. Seeing a bunch of other guys for dinner tonight. Yeah, I don't know. I think you can kind of prepare for it all you want to, but I think once you get on the ice tomorrow for warm up and see them on the other side, it's going to be a little weird.
When you think back on your time there, what are maybe some of the first things that pop into your head?
I'd say first and foremost, I mean, just like all the friendships. I felt like had a pretty good relationship with everyone in the room. A lot of the group had been there a long time, and the new guys were kind of pretty seamless fit. So it was just, I would say, like, you walk in the room and you're able to have, a real conversation with everyone in the room and feel so comfortable after 7 years, and not just the players, but the staff and the coaches and everything like that. So, obviously that changes when you come to a new team, and, it's been great here as well, but just, the amount of people that had an impact on me and that I'm close with there is kind of hard to measure. So that'll be the weirdest part for sure.
What do you think has made it the best transition, an easier transition so far as in terms of on the ice? Has it been quicker than you thought it would be to fit in here?
I mean, yes and no. I think like some of the success has obviously been, very good, production-wise especially. But at the same time, I feel like my game can kind of, is meant to, I can kind of play with whoever in any situation and be successful and make, the guys around me better. And so I feel like that's kind of, what's been my calling card in my career and how I play the game. And I think that it's kind of shown so far. And just, in Winnipeg, I was kind of I changed lines almost every game. So, wasn't necessarily, playing with new guys wasn't necessarily a new thing for me. So I think that comfortability in that role and everything like that has led to some success here for sure.
What about off the ice? How's it been for you fitting in?
Yeah, great. I mean, the room's been great. Everyone's super welcoming. Everyone's kind of reaching out, trying to get to know some guys, and obviously having Jacob, Tyler, and Frank here, guys that you played with before, is huge just in terms of, you always have someone to lean on, always have someone to, ask, where I should go eat, direction, all that kind of, all like the small stuff. So that's been really nice, and, made quick friends with a bunch of the guys, and so it's that part's been really good as well.
Are you still crashing with Jacob?
Today is the last day.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, got your own place now.
Yeah.
How's that been, though, hanging with him like that?
Yeah, great. I mean, it's just kind of like two brothers getting back in the house, and a lot of smack talk, a lot of laughs. So it was really good. But yeah, kind of need your own space too.
Yeah. You talked about switching lines a lot when you were in Winnipeg.
Mm-hmm.
Like recently here, it's been consistent.
Yeah.
And we talked to you last time. We talked about Panarin and his unpredictability and what it's like playing with him. But overall, the fit and how that's coming along, like where do you feel like you guys stand with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've had some good games, and then I think we can still play a lot better. I think we can play with a little bit more speed. I think we can kind of get out of our D zone a little quicker than maybe we have been, and then finish on our chances a couple times. But I think we're trying to. I don't know. We're still trying to figure it out. Obviously some early success gives us some confidence, but there's always more plays to be made. There's always more chances to bear down on. There's always plays that we can end quicker in the D zone to get into the offensive zone. So it's been good, and I think that we're continuing to grow, but there's always room for improvement.
What is the challenge you think of playing Winnipeg right now?
Well, I think they're going to be desperate. I think there's 6 games left, and I think they need to win all 6, I believe. They're coming off a tough loss in Tampa, and they're a good team. They got skill up and down the lineup. They got good D. They got a great goalie. They're not gonna go away into the night, easily. They're gonna push. They got a lot of good players, so expect them to be desperate.
How good is Andrew? Is Kyle Connor? How good a player is he?
Well, he's got over 40 goals, so he's pretty good. He's great. I've seen skate with him this summer too, so I've kind of been able to see his development over the last 4 or 5 years pretty close, and just gift. I mean, he just has a gift of putting the puck in the net and being dangerous. And, you know, I would say that's the thing is, like, whenever he's got the puck, whenever he's on the ice, he's attacking. He's a very dangerous player. So we're going to have to take away his time and space and not let him get that shot off for sure.
That speed you mentioned on your line, how much of that comes with just kind of familiarity and more reps, and how much of it is maybe other things?
I mean, some of it's that, but I think some of it's just like, you know, just how the game ends up. You know, if like we end up getting out there for set breakouts every time, you know, with the puck, then, you know, Brett's gonna wind it up and he's gonna pick through guys, and then we're gonna get a rush chance. So, like that's a good example. But then, you know, if we're coming on for a controlled breakout against, and then, you know, we're in the D zone for a bit, and then it's kind of a chip puck, and then, you know, we're starting to slow things down a little bit. So. Some of it's just like the hand you're dealt, but I think for us, if we can just play a little bit more north-south and a little bit simpler sometimes. You know, I mean, we can't take away from our playmaking ability on the line for sure, but I feel like when we get in the offensive zone, we're so dangerous. We cycle the puck really well. You know, we find the seam pass, we get the D involved, the D jump in, we're crisscrossing. So the more we can play in the offensive zone, the better. So that's kind of eliminating. Slowing it down and ragging it for an entire neutral zone shift.
When you have two guys, I mean, get used to playing with one guy with a skilled pairing, but it's him and Strong have played together a long time and have a really good connection. So when you try to be the third party in that, are you forcing some conversations or just kind of trying to sit back and
I would say sit back and just try and figure out, you know, like where I should be and how I can add. Obviously, we've had success, so like I'm not trying to necessarily nitpick about. I guess I am nitpicking. You know, it's like there's always room for one more play. There's always room for you know, one more chance, one more tape-to-tape play. There's so many chances that can come in the game, and you know, the more you dissect it, the more you see how many plays can be made and how many times you know, a goal can be scored. So I think. You know, I think that we've had success, and I think, you know, we're just kind of trying to look to build off it and, you know, really be an impact line for, you know, the last 6 games of the regular season going to playoffs.
Andrew, with the couple injuries you guys have had recently, lost Tyler, now Copp sounds like it'll be out for at least a week or two, whatever. This close to the playoffs, does it feel like more of a gut punch because you guys know that you want to be as healthy as possible once the playoffs get here?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I think that's why you added the deadline. You know, we got a lot of guys that are very capable in the room. And, you know, everyone has some sort of banged up issue right now. Yeah, kind of across the league, everyone's got guys that are hurt. So, I mean, definitely sucks losing some guys, but I feel like we're very capable. We got, you know, 15, 16, 17 forwards that can hop in anytime, just with the guys that are hurt up front. So, I think we feel comfortable with the depth, and I think they feel like the team has had that next man up mentality all year, just from the outsider's perspective early on. So I think we're trying to stay. You know, I think we're pretty mentally tough about that situation.
What's your feeling about the playoffs getting closer?
More, I mean,
Excited?
yeah, excited. I think the last few games of the regular season can kind of be I don't want to say a drag, but I think the last couple are actually pretty good when you're gearing up for playoffs, but you know, luckily we have first place to play for, so that really helps our jump. And obviously still a youngish team where you know, we haven't as a team done this before in terms of making a playoff run with this group. So usually, you know, when it's like, you know, Washington or a team, not necessarily them, but a team that's been in the playoffs for the last 12 years, like, you're playing a team that's out of it, like, it's kind of hard to get up for when you know the playoffs are 2 weeks away. But luckily for us, we got first place to play for, and just the new excitement for a lot of these guys to go through this for the first time, and the first time as a group.